There we go, man. I'm with the people get in the room. Hoping they pictured out. While y'all get them in the room, let me see if I can look up on here right quick. Gotta do Max and the sandwich, man. Hope it ain't in my lips. If it is, too late now. Let me see something right here. All right, man. I'm see how I'm looking first before I get started. I don't look pixeled out. All right, look. This Sunday night stuff is usually like for Q&A, but sometimes I try to put a topic in there so I can find a reason to keep it up. Hey, shout out to the person in the room. I forgot to put something in the chat, guys. You got any questions, put in the chat. If not, just hang out. I'm talking about trucking slow times. Some things that cause us slow times in trucking. I think I said it right. I don't know. What's going on, Pop Tart? How you doing, man? Let me see. Any questions? Hold on. Let me put something in the chat. If anybody got any questions, you guys can post it now in the chat. Try to answer it. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Any questions, please post it in the chat right now. All right, this live right here is actually a Q&A, but like I said a few minutes ago, I had some people asking me like what causes trucking to be slow or slow times at some companies. And I'm gonna say it like this. When I'm talking, if you guys got any questions, please put in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Well, one reason I've seen that a lot of drivers get slow with their companies because the market, of course, you know, it takes a downturn. It drops a lot. What's going on, DL? Where the money at? I mean, soon you find it, let me know, DL. Shout out to DL in the room, Pop Tart. Shout out to you guys in the room. Well, that is a question, DL, but I don't know. If you find out, let me know. So we get the monies. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, like I was saying though, guys, one thing when the market take a downturn and you know the market take a downturn, so you know, of course, you know, freight get real slow. But on another token is also too where companies overhire. Hold on, see, Pop Tart put something in here. My daughter, I gotta slow down, man. Let me slow this down. My daughter, I posted a picture of my granddaughter and her boyfriend is beating her eyes black and blue. Don't know what to do because she will rebel even more. You have any advice? Your daughter posted a picture of her granddaughter beating her eyes black and blue. Now I'm on YouTube, so I can't say certain things, but I would say this. It's a saying, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, that's right there. If that's abuse, I know it's kind of off topic, but Pop Tart put a question in there. That's abuse. He's a grown man punching my daughter. That's what I'm saying. Now I have daughters, but what I would say is,
you said what?
I'm talking on here, baby. And get the ketchup off your shirt, Peanut.
Oh.
In fact, this is a prime example. Come on.
Oh, what did I do?
Come on.
What did I do?
Come on. See her? Watch the light right here. No, don't say that's her. See her? Let a grown man be punching on her. She know. That's why she laughing. She know. That's why she laughing. But listen, I'm just gonna say like this. If any man punching on any woman, back in the day, we used to call the thing in your back day. So if it's any of the men in the family, I'm trying to be politically correct because I'm on YouTube right now. But I tell you, if anybody go punching on her, she laughing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you right now. Come here, baby. Come here. It's live.
No.
What do you think that it protects you? Do you have any doubt that I would protect you?
Huh?
Do you have any doubt that I would not protect you? Thank you, baby. Thank you, though. See, that's what I'm saying. So, Pop Tart, that's a sensitive subject to me too, man. Because the grown man punching on the little girl. If it was me, and I was like the father or the daughter, me and my man's have to take a ride. I would just say that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We will have to take a ride. And at the end of that ride, It's gonna be mm, that's all I can say about that. I'm trying to be correct on here. My husband can't get involved because he takes care of me. Well, I got a question, Pop Tart. Is your husband, is that y'all biological kid together? Like, is that his daughter too, biologically, or what kind of? Either way, oh, you mean don't get me wrong. I ain't saying do nothing where your husband go to jail or nothing. I'm just saying my man's need to take a ride, and at the end of that ride, it's gonna be a clear understanding. Ain't nobody gotta go to jail. I just say that. You know what I'm saying? I just say that. But yeah, that's yeah. So he could. This is for Pop Tart. Yes, he's the biological father. So it's kind of a sticky situation too, man. Because sometimes you could take the ride with the dude. You know what I'm saying? You can go on that ride, but if the daughter gonna stick with him and stick it out with him anyway after that ride, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of defeating the purpose. So all just at a glance right now, my man's gotta take a long ride with me, man. That's all I can say. But I'm sorry to hear that, Pop Tart. I'm sorry to hear that. That's I'm sorry to hear your daughter going through that. Really, I don't know. Hope the husband he'll know what to do. He'll know what to do. But anyway, man, that kind of like man, Pop Tart. That kind of like oof. That little girl right there, boy. She know. That's why she started laughing when I said that. She know. She know me. But anyway, I'm not a violent dude. You know what I'm saying? But I am a dude just about protecting your family. That's just some things you don't play with, and that's just one of them. Okay, Pop Tart, I hear you. Let's talk about trucking. Okay, cool. All right, so back to trucking. But anyway, back to trucking. So, like I was saying, was slow times come up from a lot of reasons. When the market is slow, but also too when the market is good. Sometimes for companies, what they do is they overhire drivers to make sure they're able to meet the demand of the work. So what happens is when a company really don't know how the market really work, or they do know, but they want to make sure they secure to secure more accounts. Because when you look up a DOT number on a company, you see the amount of equipment they have. So the amount of equipment they have, they're able to get more accounts, more freight, because they can show the customer they can pull more freight because they got the equipment to cover their freight. But it's a sticky situation because the company may overhire drivers, but then when they get back to the slow market or regular market when they ain't so busy, then now you got drivers sitting around looking for work. And what's going on is drivers start quitting because they overhired, work is slow. They got the accounts, but the work is just slow, period. So drivers start leaving. I see that a lot, and I've seen that so much over the years where and I'll be honest with myself, it's a tough space for a driver and it's a tough space for the employer. Also, too, any guys got any questions? Put in the chat right now while we're talking. While I'm rambling on about this stuff. But if not, I'm gonna try to stay on topic and make this live kind of feel so I can leave it up. If it ain't filled, I'm gonna take it down. So anyway, that's a sticky place. So any guys that do own companies, you got like a lot of trucks and drivers that work for you. It's kind of a hard place for somebody who own a company to actually keep their drivers filled and also keep don't overhire but don't underhire either, so they're able to meet the demand of the customers. But all of us look at it from our perspective, like I'm the driver, man. If they want to hire these 10 other guys, we'll be busy right now. But then if they want to hire 10 other guys, they probably wouldn't have got that account either. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to show they had enough equipment they had to show they have enough equipment to handle the freight. What's going on, King? I hope I spelled it. I hope I said it right. Kingabell? Kingabay? I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Anybody got any questions, please put in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat too. But so that's one thing I see that causes slow times in trucking. But beyond the control of the carrier themselves, let's say you leased onto a company, the market is just turned. I've seen it coming too. Like I think I did a video. I did a video called "The Driver's Market Coming to an End." Because what happened was the Corona thing had everything all messed up, which is still kind of messed up from right now, but it's really messed up now because it had a real high and like right now it's hitting a real low. So a lot of guys don't know what to do or where to go. They don't know what to do because the market is like, it ain't unpredictable, but it's like a little on the more volatile side than anything. So even for me, I'm looking like, man, what is going on? But it's trucking, man. This is trucking. So if anybody out there own companies, man, if you gotta find a way to kind of find a happy medium to keep your drivers satisfied with enough work and also be able to retain customers, new clients, put it in the chat, please, because I don't know. That's a tough place to be in. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was one company. It was a small company. What they did was they tried to communicate better with their drivers, and I actually got a video coming out about that. How dispatchers and companies can be more transparent with their drivers. But on the flip side with that too, if a driver is like, if you too transparent with the driver, they will bail. Like they want some security. Hold on. So if you get a driver, hold on, man, it's too much going on. Wrong time. So if you got drivers that you too transparent with, they're bail because some drivers are loyal to no one. But then again, you got them drivers who are loyal, but if you just be honest with them, they'll stick around. Anyway, I got a video coming about that. But some companies try to be transparent with their drivers, and it's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, I was going somewhere with that before that thing came across the top right there. But I don't know. All right, King B said it's very bad here in Memphis. It's down, but these companies pocket watching. Yeah, it's bad, man. You know what, man? It's like it's bad. I ain't gonna say everywhere, but it's bad enough for you to notice it. Like when I go on the rail yards, I see like a lot of empty spots in there. I do see that. I even see some trains with less cars full of boxes. I do see that. But yeah, they go pocket watch. Here's the thing, man. This is the part I think that a lot of the drivers and the companies kind of like it's like everybody try to get the upper hand. And I'm gonna explain what I'm talking about. Like when the work here's the scenario. When the work is so busy and you don't have enough, when the company is so busy trying to fulfill orders and work, they really don't have time to really pocket watch because they got to get them loads moved off their board and get stuff moved so they retain and keep customers, right? But then when the market gets slow like it is right now, a company, what they'll do is some companies do is they'll step back, they start leaning and looking at where they can cut the fat. Well, pretty much where they got excess of something going on, they start cutting. That's when they really start pocket watching. Like you ever notice if you've been with a company when they up and coming, they kind of out of control for a minute. And then once they get up and stable for a couple years and they get a couple trucks under their belt, they get a couple things going on, all of a sudden they start adjusting the rates, they start adjusting the lease, they start doing different things because now they starting to get a grasp on what's going on. So it's the same thing when the market is slow right now. Market is slow, it's for a company to revamp, look at their whole thing again and see where they could cut the fat at, and they start pocket watching right there. So guys working 2-3 days here, them guys that really was kind of like flying up under the radar, they was really getting out there, really wasn't doing their job. Now they actually can see them guys really not doing their job right now because things are slow. Because when things are too hectic and busy, you ain't got time to really look and revamp things. You got to roll with the flow to fulfill them orders. And actually, that's when a driver could really make a lot of money too. When things is, unfortunately, when things are kind of out of control to a certain degree, when they trying to figure things out. I was with this one company where it was growing. They only had like a handful of trucks, and they grew to the point. They grew the company with owner operators, so they grew to the point where it was out of control when we first got there. So people was making money, man. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't breaking the bank or nothing, but I was doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Enough to. I wasn't like some. I ain't gonna say that. I was doing enough to be content. I say that. But once they got a little bigger and they got more accounts and their whole goal was to chase another company, which I ain't gonna say on here. Their goal was to chase that company to become just like them. So they was willing to pay whatever to retain drivers to get up to that point. Once they got to a certain point as owner operators, what they did was they stopped hiring owner operators. They started hiring their own company drivers. Here's a little hack too. A lot of guys who want to start a company, a trucking company, they start off with their own company trucks first. Be honest with you, that's kind of backwards. You want to start off building a trucking company, you start off with owner operators first because for one, you don't want the overhead of the paying the driver. You don't want the overhead of the benefits of the driver. You don't want the overhead of maintenance of the trucks. You want the owner operator how to maintenance of that. You pay them a certain percentage of the loads, and you build your company up to the point where you have enough money to be able to get your own drivers and your own trucks. You work reverse it. That's all. If you want to do that, some guys they own operators all owner operators on their company. That's a little hack somebody wanted to know. All right, King B said, "What's going on, Tango? How you doing, man?" King Ube, it's the fuel for me, bro. I use fuel calculator. It helps, I guess. With the fuel thing, man. It depends on how you run, King. I'm probably butchering your name. I'm sorry, man. It depends on how you run, man. Like if you got like, if I'll tell you like this, if it was me running, like with me right now, with what I do, I feel according to the runs. Like if I don't just top my tanks off unless I know I have a good amount of work lined up. I top it off where I know I'm gonna burn through that tank of fuel real quick. If I know that, if I don't, I'm gonna fuel according to the runs because what happens is a lot of times guys filling up 3 times a week or 2.5, 3 times a week, and they probably ran enough, probably run 2 tanks, but they got the extra tank just sitting full. And so with some guys they overfuel. It's a lot of calculations to that. So long story short, Kingle Bay, if that works for you, man, that's what you do. That's good stuff, bro. A lot of guys don't know that. They don't know how to play the fuel game. I got a video coming out, not this Monday, but I think it's next Monday. Well, actually, it's like a vlog, like a last hoorah vlog, or whatever. You guys will see it. But I actually fill up and actually show me fueling up, and you guys go laugh and you see the fuel I put in my truck. Man. It's on there. But anyway, I digress. IDL said that's smart. You can find owner ops that want to run hard. He says that's smart if you can find owner ops that want to run hard and you have to allow them to book their own loads. If that's the case, how do you know what load they ran and where? If you don't owner, what you do is if you don't owner, it's a couple ways. That's a question, DL? It's a question? Well, that's like a rhetorical question. I'm not keep asking you that, right? I'm slow moment. Abba, man. I'm sorry, I'm finna butcher that name. How you doing? Abba, I'm so sorry. Shout out to you in the chat. Hallelujah, protection for you and your loved ones as always. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. All right, but DL, DL, was that a question? Tango, shout out Tango. I'm trying Tango. All right, DL, you asked a question. You said to build your company on operator, buy trucks to hire drivers. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. No, you still funnel even if they could book their own loads, you still funnel them through your company. Like they don't get the what they call when you get the I'm having a brain fart right now. The rate con. There we go, rate con. They don't get the rate con. Of course, you get the rate con. They book the load, but the rate con go to your company and you pay them percentage out of what the rate con paid. They can book their own loads, but they don't bypass you. You know what I'm saying? You funnel everything through your company and the owner operators going up under your DOT number. But then you pay them a settlement for leasing onto your company. Even though they own operators, they independent contractors, but you still a carrier. So whatever load they book, it had to go through your company first. Then you distribute your funds to the driver, the owner operators through via settlement. You know what I'm saying? This is for DL. So that's how you do it. But then, like I say, you do that for a while. Then once you get the hang of it, then eventually you're gonna need a payroll person to handle because you start messing up owner operator money. They start leaving again anyway. So that's one thing you want to do, mess up owner operator money. But yeah, you can funnel through your company. So everything goes through you. If they book their own load, it's fine. But you got to set it up so that it was this one company. I think it was Snyder, man. They allow you the use IC choice board. IC choice board. I was about to go with them guys too, man, but my truck was too old. But I found out they can manipulate the board too, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, they let you go on the board and you pick your own loads, but it still get funneled through Snyder, even though it's going through Snyder IC load board. So same thing when they go on the board, they go in up under your number, they go up on the board, look up under your DOT number. So when they get the rate con, you get the rate con, not them. And then you distribute the percentages you go pay them out the load they run, after they fulfill the load. DL, hope that answers your question. All right, Abba, it says, Abba Yah is my father and the one who protects me. I used to go by Seekim. Oh, Seekim, what's going on? Okay, there we go. That's just a long name, Abba Yah. I was trying not to butcher it, man, but I did it anyway. I'm sorry. You have a glorious year. Oh, man, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm alive. It's simple things for me. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, DL, did that answer your question? Okay, here we go, DL. DL says, if they book a load, how do you stop them from getting a rate con directly from the broker because they are contracting the broker anyway. How do you make sure that the Raycon goes straight to you? Easily, because they could book it up under your DOT number, not their own, because they run up on their own authority. So whoever the DOT number belongs to, they contact you. You the contact person for that DOT. You know they can book the load. You still gotta either way it go. They can't. Here's the thing: they can't go on the board and book a load, and they up under your authority without you knowing it. You gonna know because it's your DOT number. Because when they lease on to you, they run up under your DOT number. So when they go on the load board to put the DOT number in, the motor carrier number in there, it's your number get put in there, and you the point of contact for that. So they could book all they want, but they still got to go through your carrier. Hold on, guys. This is on my leg, man. It's just getting on my nerve. I'm trying to block this light, man, so it ain't. I don't know. But yeah, DL, I don't know. Okay, cool. I hope that answers your question, DL. Yeah, but that's how guys do it, man. That's how a lot of these big guys do it, man. They start with owner operators. Then eventually they trick over to company drivers. But you know, like with anything you do, you have pros and cons to everything you do. So DL, I mean, it ain't all glorious. They could jack up your DOT number. You know what I'm saying? But I'll keep a spare DOT number in my back pocket just in case your DOT number get jacked up. You know what I'm saying? You can just switch the DOT number to keep on rolling. All right, I shout out to EJ Phoenix, man. Thanks for the $2, but I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the room. All right, Abba, here we go. All right, it's Hebrew. You are looking very well rested. You do a wonderful job in displaying your business to others. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying. Man, look at here. I'm trying not to be hood all my life. You know what I'm saying? Gotta come to a point. You gotta have a switch. You know, you gotta have a switch. Like that, like with Pop Tart Trucker Head with that abusive thing. I almost had a flashback there for a moment, boy. I'm like, boy, some things you could do, man. But anyway, I turned over a new leaf. You know, we working now. We doing YouTube. And we, you know, life is good. You know. Anyway, I'm back. I got a thing with that, man. Thank you, Abba. Appreciate that, Abba, y'all. Man, Lord knows I'm trying. But I forgot what I was saying. DL, shout out to DL. You probably know what I'm talking about, man. This stuff, boy. It's some, you know, I'm gonna say something, man. I found out, and this I don't know what's this ain't gonna do with trucking, but I'm gonna say it. Man, I found out, man, that you got some really good people in this world, man, and you got some really evil people in this world. I know some of you guys already knew that, but your boy a little slow. So what I try to do, I try to start off evenly, treat everybody fair. So you show me something different, I'm gonna match your energy. That's all I'm gonna say, man. All right, Tango Tracker says you are top shelf TLL. Thank you, man. I appreciate Tango, man. Appreciate that. Much respect to you guys, man. So you know, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, but slow times in trucking. So slow times in trucking, you really can't stop it, man. So I would say when things are good in trucking, I tell anybody, man, don't spend all your money. Save some money. Save a nice amount, even if you feel like you got it. Because what happens is psychologically, subconsciously. Dang, man, it's live. I can't even edit that out. Subconsciously, that ain't it. Anyway, your mind get tricked to think that times is good. Ebonics, boy, Ebonics. Your mind get tricked to think times is good, so you want to spend more. So when you start spending more, you thinking I'm gonna get it back. So that's why a lot of guys get messed up. So when times get slow like this right now, right now as we speak, my truck is in the shop right now. Right now is a good time to put it in there because work is slow. So when things are busy right now, not right now, but when things are busy, you really don't want to take off because you don't want to miss the money coming in. You know what I'm saying? But when things are slowing down like it is now, you got that list of things you want to get fixed on your truck that you didn't really get fixed right away because you're trying to work it while the money was good. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. You do that. So now when times are slow, I had a list of things I had to get fixed. So I put in the shop, man, go fix this, fix this. Fix this. That's what I meant to say. All right. Subconsciously, your inner thoughts, your inner thighs, the inner thigh thoughts. All right. Abiyah says, that's right. Subconsciously, your inner thought, inner thigh thoughts. Okay, I can go for that. Oh, inner thoughts. Okay, I got you. Ideal says a lot of guys are big pre-admissions trucks rebuilding them. That's a winning strategy, or is it a money pit? It depends. It totally depends. I've seen some guys spend $5,000 on a truck. That truck's still running to this day. I've seen some guys spend $10,000, $15,000 on a truck. and it's jacked up. I seen some guys buy a brand new truck and it's staying in the shop. All right, buying pre-emission trucks and rebuilding them. Depends on how your money looking too, man. You know, if you rebuild them, just here's the thing: just because you rebuild the engine, don't mean the trans gonna hold off on you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you build the engine and trans, don't mean the rear end's gonna hold up. Well, you might not have a little. I call that a penny pinching gnat. Hey, princess, baby, take it easy, baby, take it easy. I call it a penny pinching gnat. That means that you got like a little. I called you Pinky? Yeah. Sorry, babe. Peanut. I called you Princess, didn't I? No. Sorry. All right, I'm back. What was I saying? Yeah. What you say? My bad, baby. I thought I called you Princess. My bad. I was saying was man, one track, boy, one track mind. What I was saying was you had a little problems that could like kind of build up over time. Like I had this one problem, like 1 year, this one problem. It took me all year to figure it out, man. Just $100 here, $200 there. It just penny pinch you down. So you had them things too. So it's kind of hard to say. You got a better chance buying a pre-emission truck and getting it rebuilt and working it out. But it's kind of hard. There's no guarantees with this stuff, man. All right, DL says, I saw that guy that bought a 5K truck on YouTube a few years ago. He's still making videos. I think it was a Volvo truck, right? I don't know. Was it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I saw a guy. I know a guy in person in real life that bought a truck, but somebody on YouTube that did it, cool, man. I mean, but the whole thing is, man, this whole thing gotta be worth it for you. Like, what are you trying to get out of? You just trying to buy a hustle truck? I wouldn't go buy no $100,000 hustle truck. You know what I'm saying? But when I say hustle truck, I mean somebody just want to make some money to get to the next move. I wouldn't do that unless you plan on like going along with this. I mean, I would take a good mechanic, man. Take him to the when I went up on my truck. I wouldn't say do this because I was just jumping out the window and I grew my wings on the way down. I won't suggest that, but I'm just saying that's what I did. When I went and got my truck, there was a guy on the lot. This guy, I don't know if he was Polish or something, but this guy knew trucks, man. And he wasn't there as a mechanic. He was there to buy a truck. So he helped me look over my truck when I was there. Thank God he was there because he had me press the gas, look at the stack. He had me check all that stuff, like the dry shaft. He had me check all that stuff. He like check all this stuff, man. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then we went from there. I seen the message pop up here that threw me off. All right. So he helped me out. So you know what I'm saying? Take a mechanic, man. Mechanics know what to look for. We don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. You throw me in a pit full of trucks, I can tell you some major stuff wrong with it. I can tell you that. But like the inner workings of like, if it's white smoke, that means it's this. If it's blue smoke, that means it's that. If it's straight black smoke, it's this. Mechanics can tell you that. I can take a guess. I take a guess. All right, Abayah says, I'm so glad I caught you live, enjoying hearing you discuss what you love. I bet you have a wonderful significant other. No, actually, I'm a single man. I'm a single father, actually. But no, bro, appreciate that. I thank you, man. I'm passionate about this because, for one, I've caught a lot of headaches in this trucking business, guys, over the years, man. I've bumped my head so much in this, and I don't want to see other guys do it. You know what I'm saying? Not if I can help it, man. Not if I can help it. But some guys, I told one guy, don't make a move you made. He did it anyway. Now he's really seeing the move he made. But hey, man, people got to learn, right? All right, DL, so how many trucks do you own? One truck. I only want one, DL. I don't want more than one. Like I said, I think I said this in my last live. If I want to go all the way, if I was going all the way with to build me a big fleet, I wouldn't just grow a fleet. I would go all the way, like go eventually build it up to go public. I mean, because my thing is, if I'm gonna do something like this, I'm gonna go all the way. My truck, I would say I consider like a hustle truck. That's what I consider my stuff. When I first got the truck as an owner operator, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just getting in, just get away from the move. I was running from one situation to another. That's what I was doing. And I wouldn't suggest that. When you run, if you do anything, walk away, walk into something else. Don't fall into nothing. Just walk into it, walk away, walk into it. You'll have a better chance of getting further. I'm off my tangent. I'm back. But no, I don't want to own multiple trucks. But what was I saying before that? So yeah, if I was to do it, like as far as like to build a trucking company, then I would lease. It's kind of hard to say. Just off the top of my head right now, if I was to build a trucking company, I will lease my equipment. For one, it's a write-off. You can write it off. And for 2, something go wrong with the truck, I'm gonna give you back your truck, give me another truck so I keep on rolling. I ain't got no maintenance of it. You know what I'm saying? So if my truck down, I ain't down for long, trade to get it back in, and then give me another truck, keep on rolling until my truck get fixed. Cause I'm leasing it. But it depends what type of lease you got too. That's a whole nother story though. But trucking is slow. I'm gonna get back to the topic. What's my topic? Slow trucking times? Okay, here we go. If anybody got any questions, put it in the chat, guys. Put in the chat. If you want to put nothing in the chat about a question, put shout out where you at, what city you from, and what you got going on. If you want to do that, that's fine with me too. But slow times, yeah. When slow times come, I've had many slow times, many slow years in trucking, and I would say this year have be by far I would say the best position I've been in. It's been a lot of years where it's so slow. Like I say, I wouldn't be sitting in the house right now. Right now as we speak, I'll be doing Uber and Lyft right now as we speak. I think I did a video on that. Ugly truth. Yes, I did. I did one. Ugly truth about being an owner operator. I did Uber and Lyft. So right now, I've learned after a while that you have to position yourself right, man. Things is good. Stack your money, man. Make other investments. So you got other money coming in. So like when work is so slow, when they got you off work, but you actually like the job. Because here's the thing: a lot of times people have companies they leased onto or work with. They actually like the company, but they got bills they got to pay, so they got to move around. Like this one guy I know right now, he with a company. They kind of cheap on the freight, you know what I'm saying? But he actually liked the work they got, but he need the money more than he appreciate the work they got, so he had to move around. But if he was in a position where his overhead wasn't so high, his overhead was much lower, then he kind of ride that out because he like it there, the work is easy, and he felt like a 9 to 5 trucker, even though he's not a 9 to 5 trucker. But you get the drift. So a lot of times our bills push us up the road or push us to the next move because we got so much high. Our overhead is so high. I've learned that too. All right. Abayah says, I will pray for you to have a good one that knows Abayah, that will love and take care of you and your child. Hey, I appreciate that. I accept any blessings I can get, man. Man, guys, I'm telling you, guys don't know, man, but I've come along. I've come a long way. Not this YouTube stuff, man. Not this YouTube stuff. I'm talking about like my life, man. You guys only knew where I really came from. Well, I've come a long way, man. I appreciate it. Like some guys be complaining about the rail yards. I complain about it too sometimes too. But man, compared to where I come from, man, that's light work. I say it's light work. It ain't life threatening. The rail yards. Well, hold on. Let me take that back. Some of the equipment could be a little sketchy, man. Could be life threatening, but it ain't no what's it called? Direct. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. AG Phoenix says, is it worth it lifting and CDL restriction? Considering most trucks are now moving to automatic from Chicago? And if yes, you afford any spots to upgrade this? Restriction. What's the restriction? I don't even know what that is. What's the restriction? Like an automatic restriction? I don't know what that is. Hey, EJ Phoenix, I don't know what that is. Did you miss the last question? Oh, how many trucks I own, DL? Oh, DL, I only own one truck. If that's the question you're talking about, if that's not, I don't know if I probably did miss it. I'm sorry. EJ Phoenix said yes. Oh, automatic restriction? No, because you still got. Don't get me wrong. Even though they move a lot of trucks to automatics, now you still got a lot of manual trucks out here. So I wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't. If you ain't got a restriction, automatic restriction on there. Automatic only is. I'm trying to look at both again. I'm confused. All right, says. Wait, hold on. Abayah says. Hold on, DL. I got confused for a second, man. I told you I gotta focus. Abayah says we all have been down the road with hard knocks. That is how you know you are here. It's the evil ones don't go through hard knocks to the end. Hey, man. Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody been through some stuff, man. But you know, it's one of them things, man, where you grateful for where you at. You grateful for where you come from. You know what I'm saying? And you really understand. You know how you ain't these will end up to be this to this point in your life. Good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever is that. I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm alive. I just say that. I'm grateful for it. EJ Phoenix says automatic is an restriction. Okay. DL said the question that starts with that's the issue. That's the issue. Let me see, DL. Let me go back up here. That's the issue. All right, DL. I'm looking for That's the issue. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. I think I missed it, deal. I'm trying to go way up to the top, man. I don't know if I. That's smart. You said the bill, okay. Okay. The book load, okay. A lot of guys pre-admission. Saw a guy 5K, okay. Man, deal, I must have missed that one, man. That's the issue. I don't see that, DL. It said that's the issue. I'm looking for it. I don't know. I think I missed that, DL. That's right, subconscious. I saw the guy that bought 5K. Yeah, DL. I'm sorry, man. I must have missed it. The question starts with that's the issue. I don't know. Anybody else see that? I don't see it. Did it come through on my stream? Let me see if it came through on here. I don't see it, DL. Could you repost it, man? I know it's kind of inconvenient. I'm sorry, man. I would do want to answer it while I'm on here. You know what I'm saying? The question start with that's the issue. I don't know. I don't know. But all right. What was I saying? Oh, automatic trucks, automatic restriction. If you get that off of there, I would, cause you want your options open, man. Cause you know you got a lot of guys who just like right now, this time right now, you got a lot of guys selling their equipment, and let's say you do want to buy a truck just to have one. A lot of them are manual. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a automatic restriction on your license, and you only want to drive that truck you want to buy because it's a steal right now. Literally, it's a steal. Because a lot of guys some guys is like price gouging on their trucks right now. But the guys just want to get out the game. They ain't price gouging, man. They trying to get their truck. They trying to get from under that jam they in. You know what I'm saying? So they let it go for nothing. You got to find them. But a lot of them, but some of the trucks are manual. So I mean, I wouldn't have that restriction on my license. This is the answer that EJ Phoenix about the restriction. I wouldn't do it. I would keep I would keep all my options open. Keep all my options open. Options. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right, 1006 scoop. I'm at road 1 in GA 1 week, 3 weeks. I'm at road 1 in GA 1 week, 3 loads. Next week 4. Next week 5. Shaking my head. So you telling me you got 3 loads in 1 week? The next week you got 4 loads. For the next week, and then the week after you got 5 loads. No, week 5. Shaking my head. All right. My hey, 106 scoop. 1006 scoop. Am I saying that right? Wait, I got a question though. With road 1, do you haul 40s and 20s with them, or you do 53s, or you do both? That's what I'm saying, man. Even with that, like, what I ain't gonna say road 1 because like I say, with some trucking companies, what they do is I see trucking companies up here. When I'm out driving, I see trucking companies talking about we hiring right now. And I know it's slow with it. I know it's slow. Why you got the we hiring on operators right now? Why you got that up there? Because they want to make sure you have enough trucks on their DOT number. All right, 1006 scoop says 40s and 20s. Yeah, that's the problem too, man. When you pull them, you want to make sure you get your dough, man, because they already a headache as it is. You know what I'm saying? Man, oh man, I'm gonna try my best not to ever go back to them things. Hold on. I'm trying my best never to go back to them things. IDL says if you don't build a company, you work forever. I'm sorry, guys. Got to smashing a sandwich, man, before I get on here, boy. That sandwich got me down bad, baby. I ain't gonna say it's the itis, but it's pretty close. All right, if you don't build a company, you work forever, right? How do you earn enough not to worry about bills? It is just a dream. I have a house paid for and not car notes, etc. How many trucks will take care of that? Well, DL, I would say this, man. I want to answer this right. All right, DL, I would say this. Because there's a couple things in here. It says if you don't build a company, you work forever, right? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like it depends on what your goal is, what your outcome is. The reason I say that is some companies, it's It's some things you could do with your money while you're working for somebody else that eventually it's an investment. Other investments you could do while you're working with somebody, while you're working under somebody, they kind of could compensate for your income replacement over time. Though it ain't gonna happen overnight. You gotta steady invest and stuff like that. That's one way. Another way you could build a business, but when you build a business, you gotta build it so that you're not self-employed all the time. Because here's the thing, like what I do, I'm considered self-employed because it's just one truck, it's one man, one truck rolling down the road. But if you want to build a business in that aspect, I will build it so that you are not self-employed. That means you may start off self-employed, but eventually after a while you work your way out of the business. So the business is running without you, and you actually could work on the business, not in the business. Then you're not working forever, because if you get a truck or 2 or 3 trucks and you don't outsource any of them positions, hold on, Princess, what are you doing, baby? Go get some tissue, baby. Go get some tissue. If you working in the company, girl, what was I saying? My daughter's silly. You silly, man. Oh,
I'm not silly.
hold on, I got with my daughter passed because she got me laughing. Pop to the ankle. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm back. What was I saying? I was saying something about, oh yeah. What was I saying? I'm trying to catch my thought, man. I was saying something about, oh yeah, if you working on the business and not just in the business, then you won't have to work forever. Even if you working with one truck like I'm doing, like I'm building another business because that's the route I'm going, because I know what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna be always self-employed in this position. That's why I got a video coming out about my YouTube channel making a change, because I have to, as a businessman, I have to grow and have to pivot. So that's why my content, it's gonna be about trucking still, but it's gonna change a little bit. So you know what I'm saying? But also too, you had another thing in here too, talking about, I see you got another one up there, DNA. I'm gonna get to that 1 second. You said another two, you have to worry about bills. Now, not to worry about bills, that means you live below your means. Let's say it costs you this much money to live per month. You live right here. The wealth is in the gap. This gap between what you make and what you spend. That's where your money is at. It's not always about trying to make these big checks. Because you can have somebody, their bills may come up to like $20-some thousand a year. I'm just giving an example. And they may make $40,000 for that year. They got enough money to live 2 years without worrying about bills. Come on, come on, baby. You see what I'm saying? So, as far as like the second part right there, as far as like what's to not worry about bills, is to live below your means. That's how you don't worry about bills. What some guys do, they bills right here, they start making more money. They say they right here. They start getting credit cards now. Credit cards. Oh man, they get up here. Credit cards now. Now they up here. Now they behind the ball. The wealth that ain't in this gap. They behind. The goal is to live. These are bills. You live right here. If you make $100,000 a year, you live at 50. You make $200,000 a year, you live at 100. You make $300,000, you get the story. All right, you said something else on here too. Is it just a dream about having a house paid off? No, because that's only part of the whole thing. Having your house paid off and your cars paid off and all that stuff. It's only part of it. You gotta still generate income, because when the cars and house break down, you gotta have money to be able to repair it. So that's gonna cost money too. So you gotta have a steady flow of income coming in. You maintain that. So that ain't the end game. That ain't the end goal. That shouldn't be. But I digress. All right, then you said something else. How many trucks would it take to do that? To take care of that? Depends on your overhead. Depends on your risk tolerance. If I had to guess right now of how many trucks it take to do that, to really make trucking work for you, I would say minimum 6 trucks. That's just me, and the reason I have calculations in my head of why I said minimum of 6 trucks. That's just me though. So if I was to take the trucking thing and really build a big business with it, to really do what I want to do with it, that's just me. You could do it with. I've seen some guys do it with 2 trucks. Why 6 trucks? Because I'm doing the math on like this. It's a quick. Hold on, wait. I want to jump here. I hear you. I want to jump here. Hold on. All right. It says Abiyah says sounds. Hold on, D. I'm gonna get to your Y6 trucks. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. Abiyah says you sound okay. Pop Tart says I'm back. What I missed? Not much. We just shooting the bobos about trucking. No trucking stuff. Welcome back, Pop Tart. Abiyah says you sound like a man that has a good business plan, and great thing about it, you gotta tell the others so they can skip the downfalls to be successful. Hundredfold blessings to you for doing that. Shout out. That's what I'm saying. It's the purpose. I'm a geek when it comes to like reading. I love audiobooks. I love different things. So that's what I'm saying. And I can't put out it on YouTube. Like, yeah, the calculations of this right here is 2.57. People like, subscribe, unsubscribe. I'm just saying, you got to educate people sometimes because some people don't like this straight knowledge because it's boring. This is the boring stuff. But anyway, I'm back. Ideal said it's not about a hustle truck. It's about earning enough to stack enough cash to cover your earnings per year. A hustle truck can do it, right? But you have to multiply the trucks, multiply the state income. Again, it depends on, like with me, like I said, I got a hustle truck, right? It ain't a hustle truck because it is a hustle truck, but it's not a hustle truck. I don't want to grow a trucking company. So I got my own truck, but I don't want to grow a trucking company. So I guess it will be considered, technically speaking, a hustle truck, even though it really ain't a hustle truck. What I mean is I'm taking the money from one business and I'm using it to fund another business to eventually replace the business that I have going on right now so I can walk away from the other business, still be comfortable. Then I'm taking the money from the other business and visually fund some other investments to be able to replace my income from that so I can be able to work on the business, not in the business. I hope that wasn't confusing. All right, I'm just using stepping stones. That's all I'm doing. Just, like I said, it depends on like what you say right down here. I think it was, hold on. What I'm say? Save income, multiple income. Okay, that was you. Pop Tart going truck said yes, he's very positive, very knowledgeable of trucking. Thank you, Pop Tart. Abaya says, amen, brother. Shout out to you, Abaya. Pop Tart says, in today's society and the system has changed up so much with the new regulations and laws that are in place, and buying a bunch of trucks is not a good time. Yeah, man. I mean, that's for people out there who want to buy multiple trucks. That's for you. Why 6? The reason I say 6 because if I had to do some quick calculations, in my head, I say 6 because I will have two of them trucks paying for all the maintenance of the truck. This is my quick calculations in my head. That's why I said 6. I threw 6 out there. I will have two of them paying for all the maintenance of the trucks and I will have enough. I will have at least 2 or 3 of them trucks paying for payroll, maintenance coverage, and everything else. Now I have 2 for profit, well 3 for profit. No, 2, 4. I'll have 4. No, I'll have 4. I'm doing this in my head right now as I'm talking. Why I said 6 because if I ever want to buy multiple trucks, I want to buy 2. My goal was to buy 6 because I wanted to have 4 to at least maintain everything else and have 2 for profit. That's how I run them. Then I would just scale it up like that. That's why I said 6 because that was my own personal number I had in my head, DL. But you could use it. You could use 3. Depends on how you set it up. You could use. I would say definitely more than 3 if you want to get some freedom out the deal. 1 truck ain't gonna cut it. Not for growing or being big and trucking with your own truck. That's just my personal opinion. Pop Tart Going Trucker says I have a brand new truck. It's a month old. It's a Peterbilt, and it's just a matter of time before it has a breakdown. But buying a bunch of equipment is not being able to pay for them is bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this real quick. Pop Tart. As far as like buying a bunch of equipment is bad, I get that part. But as far as like do you guys know that if you really look over your truck, you could catch? That's why they call some things preventive maintenance. Do you know you could catch a lot of stuff? I'm gonna tell you like this. Like with me with my truck right now, I was looking at my truck for the last. I would say this is a real life case in point. Cause my truck is in the shop right now as we speak. Some things you can catch yourself, especially if you got guys that really look over their trucks. If you offer different things, so sorry about that. Some things you can have preventive maintenance. Like when we my truck, the center bearing was going bad. I seen the cracks in the rubber part. I've been seeing it for a while. I said, when I get a moment, I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna get it fixed, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So that was going on for a minute. I'm checking my drive shaft every day to make sure they're too loose. I don't want that boy falling down on me. But then I noticed something else. I noticed my rear output seal on my middle differential was leaking, and I was like, man. I'm like, okay, this is 2 things that add up right here. So I said, well, I had a rule. As long as I leave a puddle I'm gonna keep my eye on it until I leave a puddle. If I leave any size puddle on the ground, it gotta go. Go ahead and get fixed. I don't want no smoke. So like a week or so, say, all right, I'm gonna get this fixed with the center bearing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't leaving no puddle yet. So I looked the other day. I was like, oh, I seen a puddle on the ground. I said, oh, nope, gotta go. So while I was in the shop, I'm preventing it because I could have all my oil could leak out my rear end. I could burn up in rear end. And so I said, well, I'm gonna get this fixed. I'm gonna get the center bearing fixed. So I'm gonna get the center bearing fixed. I had a light that was out, so I'm gonna get all this fixed while I'm in there right now. That's preventive maintenance because I actually pre-trip my truck every single day in the rain, sleet, snow, winter, everything. I look over the truck and I write down a list. Sometimes I write down physically, so I write down mentally of what my truck need done. So when I know I go to the shop, I get a mechanic a list. Here you go. This is what I need this fixed. Fix this. So that'll save you a lot of breakdowns. Well, a lot of times people get broke down because not all the time, but sometimes, a lot of times, is guys don't even pre-trip their trucks. They get out there and run, and they see, oh man, something happened. The mechanic look like, you ain't see this falling apart? Ask me how I know, and I tell you the same, man. I tell you the same. Anyway, let me get back to the questions. All right, Pop-Tarts, not Pop-Tart. DL said that's what I'm talking about. Good stuff, DL. Hope what I said what you talking about. What you said what you talking about? I hope that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I Pop-Tart going trucking says, but if you guys are going to buy trucks, buy pre-emission between 2000 and 2007 models. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, it depends. So you could get gliders. You could glider trucks too, man. Used gliders. You know what I'm saying? You could use gliders. You could use glider trucks. I mean, they pretty decent too. They pre-emissions, but like newer with like older engines. Well, they newer with older engine models like rebuilt. But then you got some that's used gliders. And they pretty decent too. They pre-emissions too. So then you have there's so many ways you could do it. Pop-Tart, that's a good one though, Pop-Tart. Yeah, that's good stuff. Pre-emissions. You get pre-EGR too, that'd be cool too, man. But some states they won't go for that. So you gotta be careful with that too. Depends on what state you're in. All right, 1006 Scoop says I have a paid off truck. Thinking about going the authority route, but is it worth it in containers? That's my issue. Depends. I know I keep saying that. It's true though, man. Like me, I could get on here and just say, I could just give you an answer. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna do that. It all depends. Like, if you plan on like getting into the containers eventually, like, Smalley, come on, baby. Dang, I threw off again. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 1006 Scoop. If you have a paid off truck, okay. It depends. It depends on how you want to, which route you want to go. Do you want to grow the company? Because if you just go on in one truck, some guys do it. Don't get me wrong. Don't butcher me yet. It's some guys that get one truck, get in the rail yard and do their own thing. But I'm just saying, if I'm gonna jump out there with my own numbers with the overhead I have, I'm not finna just go and play with one truck like that. I'm gonna scale that thing out. I'm gonna max it as much as I could because you're taking the same risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to the rail yard with one truck with you on the 30, I'm just saying, I mean, unless you plan on growing it and scaling it, then I would buy more trucks. I would get my own authority. That's just me. Now again, guys, this is my opinion. You can do what you want. Just my opinion. If I'm gonna go down in a blazing glory, I'm going down with a blazing glory, man. I'm just gonna say that. Reason I'm not, because I'm using my money. I'm doing other things. I'm building other business right now with what I'm doing now. That's the only reason I'm doing it the way I'm doing it right now. All right, Eric McCoy. Shout out to Eric McCoy. What's going on? Dallas 6. I'm in GA. That's my same question. Eric McCoy. That's the answer for you too. It depends on where you want to go, man. If you guys want to grow it, I would say it's worth it because you could act it. If you just want to get in the radar with your own authority, you actually go with a drayman company. Hold on, man. All right, you actually go on as a drayman company upon somebody else's authority. That way you don't have to take on. I don't want to say this. I just say this. If you plan on being in trucking for the next 5 to 10 years, and you plan on growing your trucks and stuff, I would say go my own authority route and get in the rail yards and do it that way. If you just want to be a one-man show, you could do that. But I don't know if it's really be worth the hassle. I'm not sure, man. It depends on your risk tolerance. It depends on all that. So I don't know if that really answers the question. I don't want to give you guys a blanket statement, you know what I'm saying, and just say some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I hope that make them feel good. Nah, I'm not here to really make you feel good. I'm just here to be honest with you. I seen a lot of guys go down, man. Like they didn't know what they wanted to do, and they went out there and they tried to do it, and they're like, "What do I do?" I said, "Man, well, I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for them, but I don't. So, but paid off truck on authority when going to rock containers. I tell you what, 1006 scoop. I got a question for you. Why containers? All right, then once you answer that, I will go from there. All right, Marcos, saludos, man. Bienvenidos. All right, Pop Tart Going Trucker says, yes, sir, you have your own rights and running containers is better. And I think they pay round trip. Not sure you need a twit card too. You don't need a twit card in rail yards. You need a twit card if they can run imports. I didn't know that. All right, Pop Tart, that problem with the trucks that are older with older engines. Hold on, let me slow it down again. All right, Pop Tart Going Trucker said the problem with trucks that are older with engines older than 99, the government is putting a law in place now for older trucks to have ECM, be able to use ELD. Yeah, I mean, there's ways around a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Even with that, even you got an older truck with ECM, you got ECM, but it's not like you gotta have an EGR. An EGR oil cooler, an EGR cooler, the EGR, the EGR V-Pod, or EGR, all that stuff, or regen. You gotta give them a drift. Man, what's up? So you can have an older truck with just the ECM. That's cool. I could do the ECM part. Throw the ELD in there. Throw it all you want. But you forcing me to have like the emission stuff, like the EGR and all that stuff, and the DEF and all that. That's something different, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. All right, Pop Tart going no. Actually, Pop Tart Going Truck said I love the rail yards. Love the rail yard in the West Chicago. It's huge. Have you been there? I've been to all the rail yards in Chicago. I ain't gonna say unfortunately. Fortunately, I've been to all. I've been to the major rail yards. You know, Chicago, they got major rail yards like BN, CSX, NS, UP. UP got like 4 yards. You know, yeah, they got like 4 yards. And then you got CP. And you got I've been to CNs. They're the major ones. They're the big boys. You got BNSFs, but then you got the small knockoffs, like the little BN got like a lot of knockoff yards. You got a bunch of. I bet to over 20 something rail yards. So I'm pretty sure I've been to the one in the West. The one in the West, you probably talking about Global 2, or you probably talking about Global 1, or you probably talking about Global 2, either Global 3. They further west. Anyway, I'm globaled out. Pop Tart Going Truck says, I say one more thing about buying a bunch of trucks and having a brand new authority. You better hope you don't hire a bad driver because that one person caused your insurance to cancel you. That's true. That's true. But I'm pretty sure somebody. Well, I can't say that. Ain't no assumptions here. If you do, I would hope that somebody when they got their own authority, they let it age a little bit before they hop out there. They probably paid the insurance on it, let it age a little while. I'm pretty sure they did that. So when they did that, it's like they'd already been in business a lot longer than what it really well, it's been in business, but it's been active on record, but not active really in real life. So if they did that, of course, I would hope that they also do a screening process where they hire their driver so they don't get the driver to run up their insurance rates and so the insurance can cancel them. I know they won't do that, right? I know they won't. All right, Pop Tart Going Trucking says at least 2 years. You could do 2 years. You won't be safe, but you can go a little less than that. You go about a year. You go 6 months to a year. You can have your 30 active. Just keep the insurance on and keep it active. That's the thing. Keep it active while it's aging. You just hop out the door. I think that's a lot better than guys getting their authority today and hopping out there, find out, I can't deal with you because you ain't had your authority for 6 months. Well, I can't deal with you because we will require you to have your authority for 3 months. Well, I can't deal with you because you ain't had your authority for a year. You know, you won't run into that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people on this channel, no. They'll make sure they be aging their authority. Right, Pop Tart? I know they will. All right, guys. So we got any more questions, man? I'm gonna leave this one up, guys. This been flowing pretty good. Hold on, I gotta be a dad for a second. Peanut. Come on, Smalley. Come on, baby. Get it together. What are you doing? All right, I'm back. All right, Anybody got any more questions before I get out of here, guys? I can hold you guys up. I know it's a Sunday night. People got things to do, you know. And I got to get back to daddy duties in here in a minute. So anybody got any more questions? Pop Tart going trucking says, what is the name of the rail yard? The one out west of Chicago is technically it's not in Chicago. It's what do you call that? It's a suburb of Chicago, but it's called North Lake, and it's called Global 2. That's the one that's out west. You got another one out west. CP, you got Bensonville, you got Schiller Park, that's out west. Then the one further out west by Rochelle, Illinois, that's Global 3. So I don't know if that's which one you're talking about. More likely, you're probably talking about the one we call the one out west, Global 2. That's what we call. And then you got one out west that's southwest, you got Global 4. And you got CN Joliet too. So they out west, but they southwest. The Global 2 is northwest. All right, Eric McCoy says you're on point tonight. The authority info was much needed. Oh, thank you, Eric, man. It's the purpose, man. I'm glad, bro. I'm glad. Pop Talk on Trucker said, yeah, that's it. It's huge too. Yeah, a lot of them huge, man. And you don't know how to navigate them, you get lost in them. I got lost in a couple when I first got in there. Like the one over there in Cicero. I don't know if to consider out west. It's one in Cicero. It's a BN in Cicero. I got lost in that one because it's confusing. Because the way you come in, same outgate, same portal, the same way you go out. I didn't know that. I'm searching all around the yard looking for outgate. Couldn't find it. So somebody said, yeah, you gotta go the way you came in. You gotta go the same way to get out. That's crazy. Anyway, all right, 1006 Scoop. Why containers? I came over here from flatbed to be home more. Thanks for the help. Oh yeah, that's cool too. That's the purpose of containers, man. They get you home more. And I'm glad that's why containers. That's why you choose containers. Okay, that's the question I asked earlier. Why containers? Great night, Pop Tart. Thanks for stopping through. All right, Abayah, to all the truckers, protection on the roads. You keep us going. Thank you. Shout out to you guys too, man. Thanks. Shout out to all the guys on here. Anyway, I hope I answered the questions right, guys. We're gonna try to do this every Sunday night. If I don't do it on Sunday night, I'll probably post something and saying I ain't gonna be able to do it. But you know, Lord willing, we'll be a Sunday night. So you got any questions, get them together and just bring it. And we'll try to go between 9 and 9:30 CST, Central Standard Time. Usually between 9. I had a little sandwich, man. I had a sandwich time before, you know. All right, Pop Talk on Truck said, thanks about my daughter too. No problem. No problem at all. No problem at all. I just say that. I hope things get better with that. But anyway, all right, guys. So I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. So, what's wrong with you now? Give me a second, baby. Give me a second to close this out, okay? Right back. So, all right, guys, man. Hope this video was helpful. Give you a little understanding of what's going on here. I'll see you guys next video. Peace. Don't say to daddy. Daddy live, baby. Daddy live. You can't say to daddy while I'm live. They heard me say live.